What's up, guys, and welcome to the first official episode of Gina's Couch Chronicles. So in this first episode, I'm going to backtrack. A while ago, I was supposed to start or finish a series on hair porosity, but I never got around to finishing it. So I'm going to recap on what I told you in the last video, and then I'm gonna go into telling you more about low porosity hair and how to manage it, and then we'll go into medium or normal porosity, and then we'll finish up with high porosity hair. So first and foremost, porosity just refers to how well your hair is able to absorb moisture and hold the moisture. For the main part, porosity is a genetic thing, but it can be affected by chemical processing and heat processing. Knowing your hair porosity can help you just to choose the right products to use in your hair to make sure that it's moisturized. The main way that people say to test out what your porosity is the float test. With the float test, you just take a glass of water and you put a few strands of hair into the water. From there, you just wait a few minutes and let the hair decide what it wants to do, basically. If the hair floats at the very top, then it's low porosity, just meaning that it's not letting any of that water in. If your hair settles in the middle of the glass, then it's medium or normal porosity, meaning that basically that the cuticle is open but it's not too open. And then if it goes straight to the bottom and settles there and doesn't float at all, you have high porosity hair, which means that your cuticle is completely open and letting in all moisture. So I'm going to start off by talking about low porosity. And with low porosity hair, the cuticle is basically closed really tight, and you want to get it open a little bit to let moisture in, but after you get the moisture in, you want it to be closed and keep that moisture in. I have low porosity hair, so I've read up on it, but I'm also just going to tell you what I go through with my low porosity hair. I found that using lightweight products works best for me, because when I use heavy products, I feel like I need to shampoo a lot more because my hair gets a lot of buildup and it just doesn't take in moisture at all once it has a lot of buildup. Using heat is also a big thing with low porosity hair. So for me, I like to put in my leave-in conditioner or whatever I'm going to use while I'm still in the shower, and it's warm water and there's steam, just because it helps my hair to absorb that product. And then when I deep condition, I like to use steam or sit under the dryer for a little while just to let the moisture from the deep conditioner really get into my hair. Removing buildup is key. You get the buildup from protein-rich deep conditioning products. I highly recommend that you use deep conditioners that do not have a lot of protein or do not have any protein at all. You'll know when you need protein in your hair, and then you can add that to your regimen. As far as clarifying, I use a really good clarifying shampoo, but you can also do clay masks for clarifying, and there's other options too that you can look up, but a good clarifying shampoo would do the job. And I clarify my hair about once a month. You may not need to do it that often, or you may need to do it more often, just depending on the type of products you use and how they affect your hair. Moving on to medium porosity, it's not really a lot to say about this, and I guess that's why a lot of people don't really talk about medium porosity, you mostly hear people say low porosity or high porosity, but medium porosity is just the normal porosity. And with medium porosity, you have the least amount of maintenance to do to your hair. Your cuticle is loose, but it's not too loose. It's just the right amount to let in moisture, but not to let the moisture leave your hair so freely as high porosity hair does. Occasional deep conditioning is good and recommended for medium porosity. And I've read that medium porosity hair holds hairstyles really well. So like twist outs and braid outs and whatever else, like rods and stuff, it'll hold the style really well. And lastly, high porosity hair. With high porosity hair, you basically have where your cuticle is open completely, and there's like gaps and holes in your cuticle. A lot of people experience high porosity hair with damaged hair. Moisture easily gets in, but as fast as it goes into your hair, it comes out of your hair. So your hair cannot retain the moisture. Opposite from low porosity hair, high porosity hair actually dries really fast. I know my low porosity hair can take days to dry if I'm doing like a twist out or a braid out and I don't actually put heat to it to help it dry. And even if I'm doing like a wash and go, I still might be trying to dry my hair the next day. So you want to use heavy products on high porosity hair, like good moisturizers and sealers, and just basically a butter for the hair that's going to lock in the moisture, seal it in, and not let it go out as soon as you put it in. And so I've read that your hair may feel dull and dry, and that it might tangle really easily as well. So that's all I have on hair porosity. And if you have high porosity hair, just put in the comments if you have anything else that goes along with high porosity hair. It's like recommendations for doing high porosity hair, or just ways to know if you have high porosity hair. So everything that I just put in the video is a way of knowing what your hair porosity is if the float test doesn't work for you. So thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and go back and watch my other videos as well. I'll be doing some more hair tutorials soon. As you can see, I need to do my hair right now as I'm speaking in this video, but I'll get that done later this week. And also follow me on my other social media. I am on Twitter and Instagram as Curls by Gina on both of those. And I'm also on Facebook as well as Curls by Gina. So look me up and follow me, support me, and thank you for watching again.
Them old mistakes are gone. I won't do them no more. That's old news. There's new news. I done did that before. I turn nothing to something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it. More action. You just gon' see coming. I just keep elevating.